Hey guys, Mr. Bowman here. Today's learning objective is in red. We're carrying on with our work on volume, but this time around we're looking at the volume of spheres. And spheres, if you haven't heard of them before, they are basically ball-shaped objects. They are perfectly circular in all directions. And the things you need to know about spheres is really just the formula. So find the volume of a formula. It's 4/3 times pi r cubed, and like with anything circular, that r stands for the radius. So make sure you're working with the radius of a sphere, not the diameter of a sphere. So that's really, really important, not the diameter. The cool thing about spheres is they are shapes that pop up everywhere. I'm sure if you're looking around you right now, you'll be able to see some kind of spheres. And I've got some examples up the top here. But, oranges, in the food and stuff we eat, all comes up. The earth itself is actually a big giant sphere. And particularly in sports, a lot of the balls that we use, that's a tennis ball, we'll think about a hockey ball, cricket ball, all of them normally take that sphere shape. So it's everywhere we look at, a really interesting shape, and it's a cool example of a formula which you can work backwards to find out that radius as well. So what I've got for us is I've got three questions. We've got question number 1, which is finding the volume of the full sphere. We're going to get into that first. So like any measurement question, you always got to write down that equation first. So I'm going to write down 4/3 times pi times r cubed. The next step is the substitution part. And here, really, we're just substituting in the r. And I've been given the diameter of the sphere, so I know my r value is going to be equal to 4 centimeters. So I'm going to substitute that in. So volume is going to be equal to 4/3 times pi times 4 to the power of 3. And this here, I'm just going to grab my calculator out to finish this one off. So 4 divided by 3 times pi times 4 to the power of 3. And I'm getting 268.1 centimeters cubed, and I rounded that to 1 decimal point. So we'll now move on to the second question, and like we've done with other shapes, we can chop it up into portions. So here we've got half a sphere. So our formula is going to be 1/2 times a sphere. And in our case, the sphere would be 4/3 times pi r cubed. Before I get on, I'm just going to simplify that fraction stuff. I'm going to go top times top, which is 4, and then bottom times bottom. And then that becomes times pi r cubed. And then I'm going to go one step further, 2/3 times pi r cubed. So that's my equation. I'm now going to get into the substitution part. So I know that r is equal to 7 from the given question. So we're given the radius here. Don't have to worry about the diameter. So that's going to be 2/3 times pi times 7 cubed. Here I'm going to jump straight into my calculator. 2/3 times pi times 7 cubed. And I'm getting 718.4 centimeters cubed. And then 1 dp rounding again. The other way you could have done this question is you could have calculated the volume of the sphere by itself. And then once you had the full sphere, you could have divided it by 2 or times it by 1/2 as well. Our final question, question number 3. This is one of these working backwards type questions. This time around, we're given the volume of our sphere. So it's 32.5 centimeters cubed. I've got no idea about the radius. And in this case, we've actually been asked to find the diameter as well. But I know with any measurement question, I'm going to start by writing down my equation. So 4/3 times pi r cubed. I'm now going to substitute. The only thing I know is the volume. So 32.5 is going to be equal to 4/3 pi r squared. And I'm putting pi r cubed, putting that on the numerator just to help my algebra a little bit. So I'm now going to go times 3 times 3. So 32.5 times 3, that's 97.5. 97.5 is equal to 4 pi r cubed. I'm then going to get rid of that 4 pi. So I'm going to go divided by 4 pi, divided by 4 pi. So there is 97.5 over 4 pi equals the radius cubed. Running out of working, but I'm going to move slightly here. Hopefully you're carrying on down your page though. Now, I'm going to get rid of that cube by doing the cube root. So 97.5 over 4 pi is equal to r. Definitely going to need a calculator to do this, but when I plug that into my calculator, I'm getting 1.98 centimeters. And don't forget, it's not cubed, because we're dealing with the length of that. And that there had a 2dp rounding. So the only issue is, so you might think you're finished, but we found the radius. So that's from the middle to the edge. We haven't found out the x though. So in our case, x is equal to 2 lots of the radius. So that's going to be 2 times 1.98. And when I do that, that's going to get me to 3.96 centimeters with a 2dp rounding. And that last step is what's going to wrap up the question and get you full marks in any test. So guys, this was our look at spheres. Hopefully you found it interesting. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Now let's get into heaps of practice. Oh, I forgot we had Haunter floating around today helping us out.